Hello, hello, everybody. It is Friday, which means there is something amazing to celebrate today because it's the start of a weekend. And if you can't find that joy, we've got it all on tap for you this morning with a new episode of Project Joy Live. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. It is Friday, May 3rd, 2024. It's the first Friday in May. We had a great show on Wednesday talking about it being May, having a little Justin Timberlake singing in our lives, as well as talking about May Day and all that good stuff. So I hope after the last couple of days, you've got a grip on the fact that it is, in fact, May and that it's a good starting off for you, a good starting off for you. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. You're watching Project Joy Live. It is your triple shot of good vibes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, only on the Breakthrough Show Network. We have an incredible show for you today, which I'm very excited about because y'all know I love some music. I love some music, and I'm excited to bring you lots of music as well as a special guest. So let's talk about it now in the morning brew. Are you awake yet? That's what we're trying to figure out here today. I was telling our guest before the show that I feel like I'm up super early. We've talked about this before. In fact, we had a show that was that was all about on Monday how I'm a lot in the morning from time to time. Okay, for all the time. But the point is that I just because I'm awake, it doesn't mean like I'm physically awake. And so I feel like as the older that you get, like every single year, I got to add another 5 minutes to the time it takes to really be awake, if you get what I'm saying. So even though I'm in a great mood and I come in here bubbly every morning with you guys, I'm still trying to wake up. I'm waking up with you, is what I'm trying to say. All of that to say this, Miss Brittany is joining us out there in that VIP seat. Happy Friday to you this morning. Good to see you today. We have a great show on tap for you today, Miss Brittany. I hope you are ready for it. We're going to start off with our moment of compassion this morning, and we're taking a break from our compassion cards today. And I'm going to be reading you a part of my chapter in the Radical Self Love book, which talks all about compassion. So stay tuned for that. After that, we welcome a very special guest to Project Joy Live. You've seen him on several of our shows here on the Breakthrough Show Network, and you get him buy one, get one free today. Okay, because he's also coming back on the Breakthrough Show this afternoon to premiere a brand new song, Run for the Roses. Ray Coates is here today. Okay, so we're very excited about that. And he's going to be chiming in. It's our second installment of our soundtrack of our lives segment. So stay tuned for that coming up before break. After break, we've got birthdays. We've got to talk about what an incredible day we had yesterday in our full day Pomodoro session, and also what's coming up on the Breakthrough Show Network throughout the weekend, because we are premiering a brand new show on the network on Sunday. So you're not going to want to miss talking about that. And all of that said, let's head over and chat about our moment of compassion. I have really been enjoying this moment of compassion with you guys, talking about being more compassionate in our lives. And I wanted to pause for a moment. We had been doing these compassion cards from American Buddhist nun Pema Chodron, and they're just teachings for awakening the heart in everyday life. And we're on card number 15, I think, over there. And so we're going to pause from that today because, we have been talking about compassion and forgiveness on Beyond 2D with Ferran Dozier and myself. And one of the things that we had in preparation for this topic is the fact that I wrote two chapters specifically about compassion in the Radical Self Love book that was compiled by Lori Ann Davis, who used to be a Breakthrough Show co host. She's been on all of our shows as a relationship expert. And this is a really incredible book. So I wanted to read part of my chapter. If you missed Beyond 2D when we were talking about compassion, the last episode, definitely go check that out. But I read part of this as well in that episode, and it's rewriting the definition of self compassion. Because as we're talking about having compassion for others, we really need to learn how to have more compassion for ourselves in the process. And there's one part of this chapter that talks about 5 ideas to get you started with being more compassionate to yourself. So I wanted to kind of run down that with you guys today. So, how can we be more compassionate to ourselves in a world that doesn't encourage it? Here are 5 ideas to get you started. Number one, get in the practice of building yourself up often. Congratulate yourself for every single thing you accomplish, no matter how small you think it is. This may not come natural to you, but keep up with it and it will become a habit. We talked a lot about yesterday in our full day Pomodoro about breaking things down into tiny segments because it convinces your brain like, look, you really do a lot to be proud of and happy for yourself. Number 2, forgive yourself every time. And this is a tough one. No matter what you do that feels like you failed, offer yourself forgiveness. Also, give yourself permission to fail. Failure at some point in your life is inevitable. It's what you choose to do with it that counts. Number 3, be present. When you think too far into the past or the future for too long, you forget to be present. Then, when you're not present, you are less likely to have compassion for what you're dealing with in the moment. You're too busy worrying about what has happened or what's to come. Number 4, speak to the child in you. Think about it. For those of you who are parents, you'll understand this point. We are often so much more compassionate toward children than we are adults. We slap a plethora of excuses on this behavior. For example, we might not be compassionate toward an adult because we expect that they should know better. When we picture ourselves as a child and speak to ourselves in that manner, we will naturally be more compassionate. Number 5, create better habits for yourself. Even if you aren't accustomed to speaking to yourself in a compassionate way, you can create habits that are compassionate in nature. They say actions speak louder than words, right? This may be even more powerful than speaking, depending on you as an individual. Choosing to make good choices for yourself is a wonderful act of self compassion, whether you're choosing to eat better, move your body more, or give up something that may be causing you harm in one way or another. So, those are just 5 ideas to show yourself more compassion today. And it's a work in progress thing, right? We talk about all the time on this show how these things that we want to achieve to do, they're not an arrival. You don't just say, well, I'm self compassionate today and I don't have to work on that ever again, right? It's something that we have to keep in the moment as those thoughts and feelings arise. We get the opportunity to go, am I going to choose to be compassionate towards myself in this moment? I want to check in really quickly here today. Nancy said, saw you had a great day at Pomodoro. I've been busting my hiney shampooing carpets and preparing for garden help today. Love it. Good morning, Kevin. I love you so much today. Good morning, Danielle. Always good to see you. And I'm going to see Danielle tomorrow night. We're going to dance our butts off tomorrow at Mohegan Sun Casino. So It's happening. It's happening. I'm super excited because we have an incredible musician on the show today who's joining us for our second installment of the soundtrack of our lives segment. He is a songwriter, and I don't listen. I feel like he doesn't build himself up enough for the space that he creates in this world for people to share their stories and their passion and their heartaches and their challenges through song. So without further ado, let's welcome Ray Coates back to the show.
I'm gonna run for the roses.
And you got a little sneak peek there of a song that we're premiering on the Breakthrough Show this afternoon. Welcome back to the show, Ray. It's always good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Jessica. It's wonderful to be with you and all of those that are with you as well.
Love it. Love it. So good to have you here today and to participate in this segment because we've had you on the show several times to talk about your music that you've written yourself and also co-written with other people. And I'm also interested on the songs that make up your day-to-day life. So I'm excited to dive into that. But starting us out, Ray, what is bringing you joy this morning?
I think the realization of the achievement of the finer points of things that sometimes don't get noticed. I was thinking actually during what you were sharing a moment ago, we live in a very production-based world, a very physical, manufactured world. And I fall into that at times where when I'm writing songs, it is about that accomplishment, that achievement, that release, that tangible, actual result. And sometimes it's easy to forget the joy of the journey. And what I mean by that is the processes I go through, and I include in that as well the things perhaps that could seem at times uncomfortable. Because again, I think we live in that duality world of, for example, sadness, joy. And you can experience multiple emotions at the same time. So for me, what's bringing me joy, I suppose that's a more detailed way of saying absolutely everything. And I was genuinely, and I was really thinking about that because I knew we'd be talking about it. And I thought, I've got so many reasons to be joyful in everything, but also in the finer details of things as well, which includes at times perhaps the process that something might have gone a bit wrong, so to speak, and things might not have happened how I wanted them to happen. And that actually is a process of joy too.
Yeah. There really is so much joy in the journey of things, and that's part of I was sharing about and Nancy mentioned as well our Pomodoro sessions that we do, which is ultimately about getting the things done that we want to be done. But sometimes we forget to celebrate all the little pieces of that. And we had such a great discussion on our in our session yesterday where we'll come into something going, okay, I'm gonna do this one thing, and we look at that one thing and it can create overwhelm because there we know in our minds that there are so many parts to that one thing, so we're like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, how am I going to ever get it all done? But when we break that down into small little pieces, not only do we realize, oh my gosh, there's so many little steps along the way, but it gives us more to celebrate about life and how much that we're able to be a part of, not get done, but how
Yeah,
much we're able to be a part of. And that's something I've been trying to shift in my own mind this week.
likewise, and it's crucial, isn't it? Because otherwise, joy is something that you can't accomplish until you've accomplished something.
Mm,
So you can't accomplish it until you've finished the thing that you think that's going to cause you joy. And I'm sharing a very open message of me here, which is because I am so productive.
yeah.
I recognize that, and of course I have compassion for it, very much so. I recognize that sometimes that's what I base joy on
Mm,
too much at times, too much at times. That's just being open, that's being honest. And this is a great opportunity for me. I likewise hope it is for others that are listening as well, that a reminder which you're providing to enjoy everything about the whole process. And I'm going through a little bit of a well-being, health and well-being program at the moment. My calves ache, my thighs ache, my back aches, my arms. Well, there's not part of me that doesn't ache, to be fair. But the results are already coming. But I'm also enjoying that I know it's feeling good, even though it's hurting a bit.
Yeah. Yes, yes. That part of it too. I think one of the things that's been mind-blowing for me when I get stuck in that place of you're talking about of the joy being based on what we're doing or producing in the world. I say, okay, if I take everything off the table that I do, where would I find the joy? In that moment, and it goes back to what our theme is for this season of Project Joy, which is you are the joy. No, whether you're doing or not doing, you are the joy, and you're capable of choosing the joy, creating the joy, being the joy. Like, you don't have to be in this ultra producing sort of mode to be joy.
That's lovely. That's a lovely reminder, and I take that to my heart. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad that I'm right with you. I'm a work in progress with all of this as well. I'm reminding myself as much as I'm reminding all of our amazing audience that's here as well. I want to get into the soundtrack questions this morning, Ray, because I am so excited. And for those of you that don't know, we have created a Spotify playlist that includes all of these songs that our amazing musicians have shared that are part, so you can go down the list and add new songs to your own life soundtrack, and it'll be amazing. So we're going to take notes as we go along today. First question is, you wake up in the morning and you need energy for the day. What song are you listening to wake you up?
Well, some of these are going to be mine.
Absolutely.
Now,
That's what Olivia said last week too. She was like, it's mine again. And I'm like, no, that's good. That's as it should be.
especially now you said they're going on a playlist as well.
Yeah.
And part of that, just to clarify and qualify that, is I don't actually listen to a lot of other music because I'm so busy writing.
Mhm.
I have done over the years, so I think I probably will dip into some memory music as well, which would be lovely. I'll tell you what, one that comes to mind, and it was the first one that came to mind, is U2, Beautiful Day.
Yes.
Beautiful Day. And I think that's a gorgeous reminder. I nearly chose the second one then, which is Mr. Blue Sky, ELO.
Oh, I'm putting that too. Okay.
I think
I love that song.
if if
I
you
love
if you keep me here, I might end up with 5 or 6 for each question.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
Um,
it. I love it. Okay. Number two, you're in a space of reflection. Okay. See, this is so funny. You are psychic, Ray
mm,
Codes. Okay.
mm,
Um, you're in a
mm.
space of reflection about your life up until this point. What song are you listening to give you those nostalgic vibes?
Has to be Prism, Oversoul and the Architects of Passion. So
Mhm.
that's, of course, another entity version of me. And when individuals listen very carefully to the song, including myself, so it's a self-reflection. I don't often write a lot about my own life, and that's my life song. That's my life song. But also, it's a message of reflection of others to let their light shine. So even though darkness, shadow, deep veil, depths of despair that we've all experienced at times, that's where that chasm, that schism, that fractured way of being can also lead to the most astonishing, miraculous light
Mhm.
that can ever be seen. And really, that's what the song's about. So it's a reminder. We come from fractured places at times, but we can then, like a prism, we can let our light splinter shine through those experiences of deep shadow that we've gone through.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. That's a great choice for that one. Okay. Number 3, you're not feeling especially creative today. What song are you putting on to get those creative juices flowing?
Wow, that's a question and a half. That's not at the current moment. Let me think for a moment. I would probably go with first what came to mind would be Imagine. So that would be the root of the sense of being. So,
I'm gonna have you pause for just a minute, Ray, because the joys of the internet, they're acting a little fuzzy at the moment, and I cannot hear what you. It's robot Ray at the moment. So we're okay. I'm gonna have you say the song again, so I make
no
sure I
problem.
get it down.
It's John Lennon.
Mm, love it. That is such a great one. Oh my goodness. And in fact, I have Imagine lyrics. Oh, he's left us. The internet has broken up. Hopefully Ray will come back in a minute. It's so funny. I have John Lennon Imagine lyrics over on my board, which is awesome as well. And he's back.
Come back. I was just going away and checking my playlist.
Yeah. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I love that song, John Lennon, Imagine, because I'm keep trying to combine Lennon and Imagine into the same word. John Lennon, Imagine. I have the lyrics over here on my board as well, and it inspires me, to be creative as well. I think that's a great choice. Great choice.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. This one you get to include 3 songs. So you get to yeah, okay. What 3 songs do you have to include on a road trip playlist?
Oh, wow. Current one, Run for the Roses. We're going to be talking more about that later. Myself and John, we've done a couple of road trips, John Cheetham. So Ray Coates, Run for the Roses, available everywhere today. Road trip. I love Queen. I love Freddie Mercury. We Are the Champions. I
Mm,
can imagine us driving along and top down on the car,
yes.
screaming out, "We are the champions!" So, other road trip cars, other road trip songs. I tell you one that came to my mind from the 80s, Prefab Sprout, and the song is called Cars. And it's really, really such a joyful, upbeat song. And I love Prefab Sprout. They're not the most well-known band. It depends on how much you know music, but a great boppy song, Prefab Sprout Cars.
Awesome. That's gonna be a good one to put in there because, I don't know that one either, so I'm gonna have to go listen. I
You'll
say I
love
don't
it.
know it, and
You'll love
sometimes
it.
I listen to things and I'm like, "I
You
did
will.
actually know that," but
You
we'll
will.
we'll find out. Okay, last one of these questions. What is a song other than one of your own that you would hope remind people of you?
I've already said Imagine. Um, hmm. Wow, these are really good questions, aren't they? Wow. That would remind people of me. Because I write so many songs, I don't tend to think of other songs in relation to myself. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there another question?
Well, that's the last one of these, and then we're gonna
That's the
get into
last
your
one.
songs. We're gonna get into your songs in a minute here, yeah.
Reminds people of me. Uh,
To give you some credit, I
Ah,
couldn't think of one for myself.
no. I think again because I love it, even though I tell you what, actually, I'm going to go for another Queen one, and another one's come to me. Is this the world we created?
Ooh.
Is this the world we created? It's such a deeply poignant song, a little bit like Imagine, another reminder of questioning and thinking of responsibility and accountability, which we all have. And it's absolutely stunning. It's a stunningly beautiful song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this the world we created?
I
Queen.
love that choice. I love that choice. You said another one popped into your mind. What was it?
Uh, it's gone now.
It's okay. That's all right. It'll
It's
come back.
two. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. I've been awake a few hours now.
Have you not had your tea yet, Ray?
No, not my afternoon tea quite yet. No.
Oh, I laughed so hard. We saw Air Supply recently, which was an incredible show. Like just oh my gosh. And they were having tea. They had a break in the middle. The band was playing so that they could have tea off to the side. And I literally watched them having like tea and snacks.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so what two songs of yours, as we've learned about some of your songs that are the soundtrack of your lives, we want everyone to be able to include some of your songs in the soundtrack of their lives. What two songs of yours do you think that others should consider adding to their own life soundtracks and why?
Kronos, Oversoul and the Architects of Passion, definitely. My partner Michelle is a real, what some people would refer to as a muso. She's very musically knowledgeable, and her words, not mine. It's in her top three of her favourite songs of all time,
Mm.
and I'm genuinely very humbled by that. But it's a song about time. It's about time. Kronos. That's where the Greek god of time, and it's a reminder. It's a reminder to cherish, hold on to, taste every moment of life, and it questions what are topics of debate and disagreement, and puts those to one side, and basically reminds us we're here, we are here.
Yeah.
So all of these other things, yeah, okay, we can talk about those, but I would suggest not spending inordinate amounts of time talking about them, because otherwise, meantime, life passes. So Kronos, Oversoul and the Architects of Passion. It's got to be one of mine and John's songs. I've already mentioned Run for the Roses, so John Cheetham. I think I've already mentioned as well, Jessica, available today.
Mm-hmm.
iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, everywhere, worldwide.
Love it.
Ray Coates' Cry and John's lyrics for Cry. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. And I think we're going to be playing that, I'm assuming, later as well. But it's such a unifying song again. It's a unifying song in the emotion of we all have tears, we all cry.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great one. That could fall into so many people's like spaces of reflection, times of grief,
Mm.
even times I think cry as well. Like there's been times when that song has popped into my head when I'm celebrating myself of going like when you just because even in celebration you realize like wow I've come such a long way and so that I think that's perfect. That's perfect. So
Thank you.
make sure you listen to Chronos and also Cry as well and we will those will go on our playlist also. I have put the link down in the description of the video for you guys as well as the comments here for you to go listen to Run for the Roses, which is out today. You heard a tiny little snippet as Ray was coming on the screen, but you got to tune in today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to the Breakthrough Show for Ray to share about Run for the Roses. And we've got lots more on tap for you this afternoon. So thank you so much, Ray, for joining us
Thank
this
you.
morning. Is there anything you'd like to leave with our audience today?
I think find the joy in the journey, find the joy in every single moment, and again, it's one of those emotions that people, perhaps I do, think of being an extreme emotion, joy. I remind myself, so I begin with me. I remind myself of being joyful in sometimes what could seem to be the struggle. The
Mm.
fact that I'm trying, the fact that I'm putting effort in, I'm joyful in that I'm showing up and I'm endeavouring to do things. I'm aiming, and it's the aim. It's the aim. It's not always the accomplishment. It's the aim that we can find joy in as well. And I really, really genuinely hope that resonates for others too.
Love it. Love it. Well, I will see you this afternoon, Ray. Thank you so much for being here this morning, and or it's already afternoon for you. So I'll see you tonight for you, and it'll be great. I appreciate
We've
you
got the
being here,
day
my friend.
covered. We've got the
That's
day
it.
covered. Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back after this quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every day for exclusive programming, special events, and a community to call home, where we invite you to explore, change the way you look at and live your life, and go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Friday, May 3rd, 2024. Thanks so much to Ray Coates for being here today. Again, don't forget to tune in tonight, or tonight for him, to this afternoon for us, 1 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Breakthrough Show Network for another episode of the Breakthrough Show called Run for the Roses. We will be premiering the entire song Run for the Roses, as well as listening to all of the songs up until this point. It's going to be a musical afternoon here on the Breakthrough Show, which is just after my own heart. So I'm really excited about that. Make sure you tune in. Let's talk about birthdays today because that's another reason to be joyful.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating around the world today. In the world of celebrity, James Brown, that passed away in 2006, had a birthday today. Listen, I feel good. Just it's a whole vibe. Some James Brown, rapper designer, 27 years old today. You guys know that song Panda? Who knows that song Panda? Raise your hand. Put a panda emoji in the comments if you know the song Panda, because I don't know what it is about that song. I don't even understand what's being said. I don't know what it's about, but something about that song just gets me in some kind of vibe. I don't know. It continues to be a day for musical birthdays. Isn't that fitting? Bing Crosby had a birthday today, passed away in 1977. He's one of my favorite musical actors. And I didn't even realize he had 7 children. I did a little bit of Bing Crosby research. He had 7 children, and he was an inspiration for Frank Sinatra coming up after him. So happy birthday, Bing Crosby. Also, Frankie Valli, frontman for the Four Seasons. You might know songs like Big Girls Don't Cry. 90 years old today. Happy big 90, Frankie Valli. Love it. Also, There you go. Danielle knows what I'm talking about. There's the pandas. There's the pandas. Also, the celebrities in my life, Sarah Del Grosso has a birthday today, Dave Anderson, Mandy Atterbury, and one of our breakthrough show alums, author Wendy Beasley, has a birthday today. You guys should check out her books. Charlotte and the Fairies is a lovely children's book that she has. My girls love it. And also, if you're a grown-up girl, you'll love Beasts and Butterflies. Beasts and Butterflies. Those are two of the books that we have in our collection. Again, that's by Wendy Beasley, and she's celebrating her birthday today across the pond. Love that. So let's get our birthday song on, guys. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James Brown, designer, Bing Crosby, Frankie Valli, Sarah Del Grosso, Dave Anderson, Mandy Atterbury, and Wendy Beasley. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those that are celebrating around the world today and over the weekend. I hope you have an incredible weekend ahead. I need to tell you all about the amazingness that's happening here in the Breakthrough Show Network this weekend. We've got a premiere and lots happening. So let's talk about it now in the next episode. All right. So very exciting. We have, as I mentioned, the Breakthrough Show coming up this afternoon, 1 p.m. But before that, come check in with us for another Pomodoro couple of hours. Co-working, virtual co-working. Bring your work. Come and check in with us. For those of you that are still confused about what exactly co-working is and why you should come, stay tuned. I'm working on putting together some carousel graphics for you guys on Instagram, which explains the whole process, why it's helpful, why it works, and why you should show up to our breakthrough co-working hours, because it's amazing. Stay tuned for that. But check-in is at 9:55 this morning. You can go to the breakthroughshownetwork.club and we will direct you to the right place once you enter our lobby. And that runs until 12 p.m. this afternoon. In addition, let's see what else we have going on here. Tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m., we have Soul Saturday Morning Coffee. That's every Saturday at 9:30 a.m. in our coffee shop, virtual coffee shop. Again, breakthroughshownetwork.club, the breakthroughshownetwork.club, and you can check that out. Also coming up tomorrow, I'm going to have some little special video for you guys coming up on Project Joy for something that's happening tomorrow, but I can't tell you what. So just save the date. Also, on Sunday, I'm very excited because there's several things happening. At 11 a.m., I am going to be featured on the Secrets to Living Inspired show. I'll be sharing that link on the Breakthrough Show Network Facebook page, so make sure you check that out. We have an all-new episode of Spirit Sessions coming up at 12 p.m. with Robin McClendon. And then very excited to be celebrating Cinco de Mayo on Sunday with Kevin Kiley at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the series premiere episode of Magical Melodies with Kevin Kiley will be happening at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as I said, here on the Breakthrough Show Network. So don't miss that. Set your reminders. It's going to be an incredible show. Kevin is so excited about this, and we're excited for Kevin. So it's going to be a look at some of our favorite songs, movies, and things like that. Everything in the Disney world. So it's going to be incredible. Going to be incredible. So excited for Kevin. All of that to be said, don't forget to watch the Breakthrough Show this afternoon, 1 p.m. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day, because you are the joy. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
And I've been lifting myself up, yeah, I've been climbing.